I'm actually going to wear my glasses for this video so that I can read my screen because we are talking about some books today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my most anticipated releases for the last quarter of the year. So books that are coming out in October, November, and December that I am so excited to read. I actually have 2 pre-ordered already. So I actually have a couple arcs of these too. So these are going to just be great. I'm going to use my computer to give a better synopsis because I want to actually talk about what they're about and not just what I assume. So we're gonna try to do this. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading what these books are about. So the first book that I'm going to talk about comes out on October 1st, and that is The Midnight Circus by Jane Yolen and Theodora Goss. And this is actually a collection of short stories and poems that are set in a circus, and they're all horror slash fantasy short stories. And this just sounds like so much fun. So these are 16 brilliantly unnerving tales and poems. Central Park becomes a carnival where you can, but probably shouldn't, transform into a wild beast. And I'm not the biggest short story poetry reader, but this just sounds so intriguing to me because it's a carnival but scary. And to me, carnivals can be really some of the most creepy settings. So if you know of any horror or thriller books set in carnivals, you should let me know because I definitely want to read those. The first book, and possibly my number 1 or number 2 anticipated release, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. So Carrie Maniscalco is the author of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I absolutely adore that series. Each book has been better than the previous one, and I just have such high hopes for her new fantasy series. At least I think it's a series, so yes, it is a series. Kingdom of the Wicked is about twin sisters who happen to be witches, and one of the sisters is murdered. This just sounds like so much fun. So I'm just gonna read like the little tagline. It says, 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. So we're excited for this one. It is young adult historical fiction, fantasy, and paranormal. So keep that one out. And Kingdom of the Wicked comes out on October 27th. The last book that I have here that comes out in October is called Little Bones by N.V. Peacock. This is a young adult, is it young adult? I'm not sure if it's adult or young adult, but it is a thriller. And I'm actually just going to read to you what it says because it's actually pretty short. So it says, my father was Mr. Bones, the notorious serial killer of 25 years ago. As a child, I witnessed his crimes. Everything is different now. I have a new identity. I'm a mother. I'm finally free. Until that podcast, I never should have listened. They're linking a recent disappearance to the crimes of the past. They know who I am. They're calling me Little Bones again. They say I'm a villain, but I'm not. I'm a victim. You believe me, don't you? It just sounds so exciting. So intriguing. I'm excited. Excited is apparently my word. I just am very excited about all the things. So the next one is probably one of my highest. So I've got like 3 on here that are at the very top, and this is one of them. So this one comes out on November 10th, and it is Master of One by Jada Jones and Danielle Bennett. This is a young adult fantasy heist story said to be a combination of Six of Crows and The Cruel Prince, and I'm here for it. So this is about a thief named Rage, and he ended up stealing from this really powerful sorcerer. Oh no. So he's caught by the sorcerer. Okay, so this is about a thief who is really good at what he does, never gets caught. But when he finally does, he ends up getting caught by this really powerful sorcerer that works for the queen. And so he ends up like doing things for her. I'm not entirely sure, but they do this heist. It sounds super intriguing. Let's see. With the heist and intrigue of Six of Crows and the dark fairy tale feel of The Cruel Prince, this young adult fantasy debut will have readers rooting for a pair of reluctant heroes as they take on a world-ending fae prophecy, a malicious royal plot, and most dangerously of all, their feelings for each other. We're here for that. We are living for that. Okay. And my next anticipated release also comes out on November 10th, and that is Rent a Boyfriend by Gloria Chow. This is about a girl who ends up hiring a guy from this company called Rent for Your Rents, and it's a company that specializes in fake boyfriends. So she hires a fake boyfriend to come meet her parents, and he is like the perfect boyfriend. So he is very respectful, doesn't like do PDA or anything like that. And his profile, like, he is the perfect boyfriend. That's why she hires him. But in actuality, he's nothing like that. So he has a passion for art. His parents cut him off. Like, he is not at all what his profile says. And so when they start to get to know the real other person, they start to fall in love. So it's fake relationship to romance. I'm so excited. I don't know what all of this is. So sorry about that. But I have one more book coming out in November, and this is probably my number one. My number one most anticipated release of this year, and that is How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. This comes out on November 24th. I have already pre-ordered it. I need it now because this is an illustrated edition of a short, well, it's not really a short story. Well, yeah, it's kind of a short story, but it is about how Cardan was, it was about the why. This is a short story that takes place after the Cruel Prince. Yes, it does. It also takes place after the Queen of Nothing. And this is about Cardan when he was a child and how he became the Cruel Prince. I'm so excited for this. Like, I just want things from the Cruel Prince forever. Can that just never end? Because I would love for it to just never end. That would be fantastic, okay? So this says, before he was a cruel prince or a wicked king, he was a fairy child with a heart of stone. Told wholly from Cardan's perspective. Oh, I can't wait. I just need this. I need this in my hands now, please. Please. All right, and my last book, and the only book that I have on here that comes out in December, is A Curse of Roses by Diana, I'm going to butcher this name, Pingicha. And this comes out on December 1st. This is a young adult fantasy retelling of a Portuguese legend. And so this is about a girl who everything she touches turns into flowers. And so she is slowly dying because she can't eat anything because whenever she touches it, it turns into flowers. And, or maybe it's just her food turns into flowers. I'm not entirely sure. But she can't eat because every time she tries to eat, it turns into flowers. So she's trying to figure out a way to turn flowers into food so she can feed her people. And it says it's based on a Portuguese legend, but it also reminds me of, oh gosh, what is that story? Where, is it King Midas, where everything he touches turns to gold, and then he ends up turning like himself to gold because he like touches himself. That's what it reminds me of, but it just sounds so intriguing. And I love that it's a Portuguese legend because I've never read any Portuguese stories. So I feel like this is going to be really cool. And this cover is gorgeous. So we're excited about all of these. But those are some of my most anticipated releases for the last quarter of the year. October, November, and December. I can't wait. Obviously, I have a ton more that I'm really excited about because I made an entire list, but if I talked about all of them, this video would be 5 years long. So these are just a small sample of all the books that I'm excited about. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what are some of your most anticipated releases of the last quarter of the year, because I'm always looking for more books to add to my ever-growing TBR. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you should give me a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!